Alright, welcome back to our channel, and today we will be talking about Nava Grove, which is actually the Parcel B GLS, which is right next to Pinetree Hill. And for those who are not so familiar with this location, it's along Ulu Pandan Road in District 21. It's actually more like a fringe of core central region area. So it's just really the outskirts of District 9, 10, 11. And people who are staying there, usually we know lah, they are a bit more atas, a bit more rich clientele profile and all that. We're all staying around there as well.
I see.
Yeah.
Right, so who is the developer for this development?
Okay, so this is actually a joint venture with MCL and Cinemas Land, right? So they are very well known for a lot of quality projects, and of course, there's really a lot of long list of projects that they have done in the previously, and they're quite quality products. So with the most recent one, probably will be at Park Esta at Eunos MRT.
Right, okay, Park Esta did very well. I can see the price appreciation is really good, and rentals are going pretty strong as well over there. Right, so for this development, how many units are we expecting?
Okay, so for this project, right, there is 3 blocks of them. It's 4-story high, total 552 units. And good thing is that they have a direct side gate access, right, to the bus stops, which will be an added point comparing this project to Pinetree Hill.
You mean like a direct access to the bridge? And then
Yes. So for those people who are not familiar, right, there is a bus stop which connects you to Clementi MRT station, which is about 6 bus stops away. So that bus stops will be very critical for connectivity. And for Pinetree Hill, right, residents who are staying there, they need to take a short walk to reach the bus stop. Whereas for Nava Grove, you have additional added point, strong point, is that you have the direct side gate access to these bus stops.
Okay, so a little bit on the location. Being on Ulu Pandan Road, right? There's not, I would say it's definitely not near any MRT station.
Not near anything.
Yeah, not near much of stuff. I mean, like even supermarket might be a distance away.
Yeah.
So why would buyer want to consider this location? What is the selling point?
Right. So for those people who are staying over here, typically they are very well known, or they want to stay in the Holland area. They want their kids to be enrolled within 1 kilometer of Henry Park Primary School. This is more like a lower end density, more atas neighborhood to be. And people who are staying over here, right, they would really like to enjoy the quietness, the exclusivity and serene of this neighborhood as well. So not having direct MRT access, not having a mall is actually not really a big concern for them. In fact, we have seen the surrounding projects all doing very well as well.
Okay, another concern that people might have is whether this project is within 1 km of Henry Park. So is it or is it not within 1 km of Henry Park Primary School?
Okay, as of now, it's still not yet confirmed. Even though when we try to plot the map, right, it seems that 50% of the land is actually falling under within 1 km of Henry Park Primary School, which is a very top school or really a popular school among Singaporeans, right? So people who are going over to stay there in this vicinity, they are all aiming Henry Park, especially the families with school-going kids. So as of now, we can't confirm this yet. But again, there are also some past reference or past projects which have some towers that is not within a certain primary school. They're still performing relatively well as well, comparing to those blocks that are not within the primary school. But of course, families who have school-going kids wanting to go for primary school, please do check before you do the purchase.
And one more thing that we have is a list of condominiums, new launches that we will have in our PDF. So this one will also talk about where you are looking at in different locations and whether it's within 1 km of whichever school that you are interested in. So if you want to look into that, you can always scan the QR code and we'll send it right to you.
Yes. So within this report, we will also compare the different projects that you're comparing with. And again, this is actually like a project best price list for the next, based on your requirements and based on your criteria as well.
So in this location, what about the surrounding projects? What are the current performance like over the past years?
Right. So, of course, people who are looking over here, right, you'll be familiar with some of the bigger projects like Pandan Valley Condo or Pine Grove, which Pine Grove is actually trying to do their en bloc if you are unaware. So, of course, a lot of these projects are actually much older, and you'll be surprised that actually not many of these owners, right, they're actually putting up for sale. So, a lot of the people who are staying here, right, they are either staying here for a very long term. That means they do not want to sell within like 5 to 10 years, that kind of thing. They may be staying here at least 15 to 20 years kind of range. So that's the reason we see that this neighborhood, the characteristic is that not many resale listings is actually up for sale, which is a good thing because if you are talking about both Pinetree Hill and Nava Grove, if you want to do an exit in the future, right? If people want to go for something that's much newer, basically your competition in terms of potential buyers who are going to sell at in the future, right, will be both is going to be only Pinetree Hill, or they will go for Nava Grove. And of course, because some of these projects are built in the older days, right, their floor plan is much bigger. So that results, their overall quantum is much higher. So some of the 3 bedrooms over here, right, their price tag for decent size 3-bedder will be 4 million thereabout. So in terms of future potential buyers who have affordability issues, right, they may want to consider to go for Pinetree Hill or Nava Grove instead. So these are the so-called potential buyers that we can be selling them into in the future. Like say example, Pinetree Hill right now is going about 2.5 million for their 3-bedder. So in the future exit, you may be targeting at 3 million to 3.5 million range in terms of the selling prices.
So I also know that there's a clementi forest at the front, just in front of the development, and that will be a good place for recreation for the families and the kids alike to go over the weekends and holidays. Huh?
So there's a news saying that some hiker went inside and got lost because of. So this clementi forest is actually rather huge, and in fact, it's one of the last few standing forests that's really very good for people who like hiking deep into the deep forest. But again, based on the URA master plan, right, this clementi forest actually is zoned for residential zoning and subjected to further detailed planning. Again, my guess is that they're waiting for the MRT to be up. If you know that there's this Maju MRT is coming up right next to the SIM, right? When this MRT is up, I suppose government will then start to do something for this piece of clementi forest, which in the past you have seen places like Lentor MRT. When the Lentor MRT station is up, then the government start to sell parcels of land over there as well. So my take is that they're waiting for Maju MRT is up before this piece of forest. They might want to do something lah. But now, for now, you get to enjoy that big piece of forest and enjoy the fresh air and oxygen and all that for now lah.
So having said that, who are the groups of buyers who should consider buying into Nava Grove?
Right. So again, as I mentioned, right, this is actually more private enclave, more kind of up neighborhood. So for the smaller bedroom type, like for example, the 2-bedders, it could be potentially some of the children of people who are staying nearby. So the landed properties that the parents, they may want to buy a 2-bedroom condo for them to stay near them. Right, for the 3-bedders, 4-bedders and above, right, 3-bedders will be very ideal for starter home family, people who are having kids who are aiming for the Henry Park Primary School. This may be one of the options that they may want to go into as well. But again, for people who are super concerned about having convenience, right, like supermarket just right downstairs, coffee shop just right downstairs, probably this project is not for you. Of course, people who do drive over here, there's just maybe a few minutes drive towards either Clementi Town. There's a lot of amenities over there, or you can just drive eastwards. There will be a Holland village. There's a mall and lots of food cafes over there as well. So people who are staying over here, they really don't mind the location, because what they are looking out for, right, is more of a private enclave, kind of a serene neighborhood. That's what they're aiming for.
So if I'm going to buy into the project at this price point, who are the potential buyers for me, like say 5 or even 10 years down the road?
So for this particular project, I will always use Pinetree Hill as a comparison because they are really launched just a few years apart. Again, we take a look at the nearby resale condos, right? If you really want to compare the older ones, yes, you can find something cheaper. But again, is that really what you want to go for? Because after you buy the older one, sell to in the future, the only exit that you can will be through the en bloc, which in the future, hopefully, we do not know if, let's say, Pine Grove or Pandan Valley, one of the bigger site projects, is actually successfully done and en bloc, right? We will be expecting another benchmark record price setting over here. So with comparison, there will be more demand coming into this area as well. So if you're talking about a holding period of 5 to 10 years, there will be potential buyers who are coming over here because of the Henry Park as well. Also, the attractiveness of this neighborhood, they will want to stay in this pristine neighborhood. Then these are the potential buyers that you will be selling into, being the newest kid in the block in this private sector as well.
So if you're interested to find out more about Nava Grove, you can always reach out to us by our number or just check out the link in the description.
And of course, during our first one-on-one meet, we will understand your needs and your preferences first before recommending any projects, because we do believe that every family needs and preferences is very unique and different. So before we recommend you any project, we will need to understand deeply in terms of your needs as well as your preferences before we can make a more suitable advice and recommendation. This is what we firmly believe in as well.
And with that, we come to the end of our video. Do like, comment, and subscribe to our videos, and we'll see you in the next one.
All right. See
Bye.
you.